Less than two crew squad. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a good week and hope you're ready for a banging weekend. Kicked off here with me as a squad, as a team. Let's get through the weekend together. Let's start the weekend together, rather. I'm very excited to be back. This is my first pad back since the New York trip. We did a little bit of an impromptu Q&A chat on Tuesday before peak, which we did peak. Spoiler alert. But this is where it really means it's official. This is where it really begins, is on the pad. So let me go ahead and open the form before I say hello to all the early chatters out here. Okay? Because we have got some conversations to have, some things to do, some things to say. But first, Julie Chen, Moonvest style, we're going to say hello to early chatters, okay? The form is open. FYI. All right. Let me, without any further ado, to catch up with chat, to be ready, to be where you are, say hello to Robert 2Bs, welcome in. Chrissy, welcome in. Hello. Lori, hope you're doing well. Kate C, hello. Happy pad day to you. Welcome back in. Kansas, what's good? Jen Rats, hello. Ichiyami, what's up? Larissa, hello. Mythical J says, happy pad, I'm here for Pooya Explicit. Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot we were going to do that today. Sal's, yeah, what's up? Mikey, welcome in. Was there a pad last Friday? I couldn't find it. No, I was in New York. Last week, around this time, Mikey, I was in a Dave & Buster's. Winning ducks out of a claw machine. Kalita, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Lenny, hello. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. I was like staring at Twitch waiting for a start. Oh yeah, no worries. Who got married? Matt and Jofo. Danny, thank you for the prime sub. I know you get one of these, so I do appreciate you using it on me for the 29th month. Appreciate you. Welcome back in to the Less Than Two crew. Welcome. Got my costume to wear at the No Kings protest. Ooh, what is this? Nice. You're going to be styling on him, Lori. Samantha, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Joelle, what's good? Lauren in the building. We got Jay with the prime. Thank you for using one prime, Jay. Welcome back for month number 39. Jay says 39 months, 7-month streak. 1. Jay Manji. Welcome in, Jay. Thank you so much. My weekend will, in fact, have no banging. Did I miss something? Did I say something? Soja, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Cool Rider, thank you for the prime sub. Welcome in for month number 49. Thanks so much for the prime sub. Appreciate you using your one prime here. Cool Rider, welcome back into the squad. And Hero, what's good? HRH Breezy in the building. Welcome in. I'll have to watch a VOD of Peak because I left the stream to watch DWTS. Please do. It was a fun one. Tall Skinny Ben, welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Hello. Pooya Explicit? Yes, Pooya Explicit, the file. Did you miss us during the normal pad time last Friday? Yes. So much so that I went live as soon as I could on Tuesday to talk to y'all. Forvo, what's good? Welcome in, Forvo. Working on my Wonder Woman poster for the No Kings protest. Amazing end hero. Red Wings, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Championship Vital with the 58 months. Appreciate you. Welcome back in to the Less Than Two crew. Enjoy. Which, by the way, have not advertised this. I've got new emotes, chat. I've got new emotes, mostly animated, because we have a lot of animated slots open, but you can find them in the first couple of rows in the animated slots, and there should be a new static one also. I'll leave it to you to figure out which ones are the new ones. Okay. But yeah, we got new emotes. So if you subscribed or you resubbed, enjoy the brand new emotes as well as the old emotes, okay? Haven't seen a live stream in a month or two. This side effect having two jobs. Joelle, as long as you're feeling fine, as long as you're okay, as long as you're having a good time, I will be fine. We will be fine. The streams are here for you whenever you want them. As a, not distraction, but as a reward, let's say. I got my candy 700 plus kids while you were playing Peak. Damn, Jinx. Oh yeah, you did Trunk or Treat. Do I remember that correctly? I know you're a hack up. You look great in the wedding pics. But thank you, Kurat. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hello, Liv. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Gina, what's good? Kenzie. I'm actually waiting for a late stream. Hey. Welcome in, Kenzie. Hope you're doing well. Somnus, thank you for the prime sub. Welcome back in for month number 18. Appreciate using your one prime sub here on me. Welcome back into the squad. I'll catch him another day to hear all the stories. Sounds good, Jordan. Isn't this song in the movie 21? Mikey, this song is in a lot of movies. And for me, most famously, it was in FIFA. All right. So gets the heads up on what's been going on, chat. Since we last spoke on Tuesday, Liana is sick. Liana's not doing well. Well, she's fine. Not doing well implies like she's in a bad spot. She's fine. She's just got a bit of cold and flu going, a bit of fever at one point. Thankfully, the fever is gone. It's just sore throat and cold and flu. She is impacted enough that we're not recording the PAL this week. So we'll be back with the PAL next week. So that's sad for the PAL enjoyers. I feel bad. I wish I could help her more than I am, but there's not much else I can do. And then, so we didn't do PAL this week. And as far as the other two podcasts I do, 90 Day and The Traders, in about 2.5 hours, I'm doing both of those podcasts back to back with Annabelle. So it's going to be a long night for me, you know, hence the coffee. But you're going to get a lot of Pooya content coming in your way. She didn't catch a nerd, did she? No. We both tested negative for COVID. We took a COVID test on, I think, Tuesday and Wednesday. She took Tuesday to Wednesday. Both came back negative. But whatever it is she got, I did not have. Or I do not have, rather. So, but yeah. I was got a flu shot since I work in the public. It's the worst. I hope she gets to feel better soon. I hate when she feels sick because Liana's a big like doer. She like to feel good. She got to do things. So resting and being at home not doing stuff is the worst for her. That and of course being sick. How am I still supposed to enjoy Halloween when it's hot as fuck outside? Global warming, Mikey. It's an unfortunate but sad reality we live in. Then when Dolly's sister said to pray, and then Dolly said she needed a test, but she's softy. What is this reference? It went over my head completely. I just downloaded the first 4 Traders UK episodes to watch tomorrow. Okay. Enjoy, Chrissy. I just watched episode 3 and 4 before hopping on here. November 1st Fright Fest is looking like the best possibility of going to Fright Fest with a hoodie. Damn. So she's like hoping she feels better. So me too, Canna Biscuits. Officially requesting a clam emote to go with Pearl. No. I'd be down. I just have to find the right photo for clam. That would work. You know? Y'all, thank you so much for that hype train. I do appreciate it. Chat, this is if I'm going to be very vocal and honest with you, post Big Brother season is always the biggest hurdle / tough spot in I was about to say streamer's career, but realistically, like the handful of streamers that cover Big Brother during the season. Because you do see a dip in people, because like obviously there's Big Brother purists, they're here for the Big Brother talk only. And then it's like, you got to remember, life goes on. Big Brother finishes, we move on. So that's where we are. And I'm going to stand up because back update, my back's doing way better, but I've been sitting in this chair a lot today. So I need to keep remembering to frequently get up and switch up, you know? What's the high tomorrow? I got to check. Just let me get up this and then check. We're looking at you need Fahrenheit, right? It's a high of 63, a low of 44 tomorrow. Eating a pizza while watching your stream. Ooh, Jess, welcome in. What pizza are you eating? What kind of pizza? Eat it fast. Don't do that. You don't want to get indigestion. It's a high of 80 in Kentucky. 8, damn. Damn. I see the EW article today that said Celebrity BB and reindeer games are basically canceled. Jill, I did not see that article, but that does not shock me. Reindeer games shocks me a little bit more just because like it was like, what, 2 weeks? Celebrity, I recognize there's a lot of celebrities you got to get, but it is what it is. They could come to the stream for Big Brother, but stay for spooky streams. Hmm. I don't know who's staying for the spooky streams if they were a Big Brother fan first. You see if you can post link? Sounds good, Jill. All right. Liv, can you throw up the can you put up the link for the form, please? How's everyone doing tonight? So far, so good, Autumn. So far, so good. Thank you, Liv. I was about to say something. Oh, also, for those of you that have been keeping up with the what's it called? With my journey with RP, the new server I'm in, the new city I'm in, officially opened today. So I was able to go in and make my character at the very least. And huge news, the news team, we have our own special news van, which I did not anticipate getting. It's actually pretty surreal. I can't wait to share it with y'all, that journey. All right, let's see this article. Let's rip it open, shall we? All right. Dalton Ross with the exclusive scoop. Fans of curling, figure skating, and a weird sport where people ski and then fire a gun are eagerly anticipating February 2026 as the return of the Winter Olympics. Fans of reality TV also look forward to the global sporting event every 4 years because the last 2 times the Winter Olympics have taken place, CBS is counter-programming with a series of its own celebrity Big Brother. It seems like CBS will not be going for the power of veto gold this time around. What the fuck is this? They asked Big Brother producers if we could expect to see it. Their answer was included a bunch of it doesn't look like it. I think it would be fantastic, but it's just other factors beyond our control. You can ask CBS. Okay. They'd be down, but they can't do it. We poked around with our sources close to the network, and it indeed appears that it is indeed not slated to air opposite the Olympics. Okay. Was that last year? Once again, was that? Has it really been 2 years since reindeer games? Because I did not clock that at all. I thought it was last year. Oops. Our source close to the network, also on Zima, confirms there are no plans to air the reindeer games. Yeah, it seems like they would love it, but the network doesn't want it. It just comes down to schedule, blah, blah, blah. When you hear anything negative, it would be great to it's not on control. All right, well, that's it, chat. That's it. No reindeer games, no celebrity Big Brother. A shame, but again, expected. If I know my guy Jez, that is a pep from Domino's. What, pepperoni? So what's the reason? The network doesn't want it. They'd be down, but the network doesn't want it. So. No, it also said not janky in the rest of the article that I yada yada through. I did peep that, to be honest. So. As much as I would love short winter season, not sure enough groundwork has been put out for it. What do you mean by groundwork, Jade? What would groundwork mean in that instance? What does groundwork mean in that instance? Because that's my question. Because I think that they could do it. I think they're set up in a position where they could fire off a 1 month season. The question then becomes, is there enough, like, if you're saying like enough people are going to be aware of it kind of thing. Once winners are tossed, can we do a short winner? Okay. All right, Lori. Boom. You happy? At least one, we'd like to see Big Brother next July. You got to keep hopeful that Big Brother goes nowhere. Again, cheap show to produce, relatively like non-problematic for them. Clearly, after this past season, they take any engagement as positive as long as it's not racist. They're happy, so it don't matter. I think we're getting it again. It's just the other bonuses that I don't think we get. You know, faith in production in general. Well. when the winners that come back are Mickey, then what? I'm going to K-pop Demon Hunter sing-along. Should I buy a Huntrix glow light stick to bring? I've not watched K-pop Demon Hunters. The most I know about it is some of the songs and that it was a part of Fortnite the last couple of weeks. That being said, yes, get the glow stick. Why not? That sounds like a fun time. That sounds like a no-brainer to me. Absolutely get the glow stick going, for sure. It's not the production on this; it's the network. CBS Paramount sucks right now. The merger isn't good news for any of us. I don't disagree. Here's a list of short BB winners. Shorter winners: June Song, Ian Terry, Nicole Franzel, Jordan Lloyd, James Hewling, Natalie Negrotti. Natalie Negrotti did not win Big Brother. Still missing BB Can. Kenzie, I'm with you there. Big Brother Canada was magical. Although it really was a far cry from what it was for BB Can 11 and 12. It was still fun to have something in the winter seasons just for us, even if they weren't giving us feeds for it. But unfortunately, that's also done now. So, yeah. Neither did James. This is true. It was magical until it wasn't. Exactly. I mean, we'll always have the back-to-back 9 and 10, which was incredible. The Big Brother Canada 9 and 10 back-to-back was cinema. Like, for me, the run of 23, 9, or 9, 23, 10, 24 was such a good run of Big Brother. Especially after the bust that 22 was and 21. I needed that coverage like brought life back into me. As someone who's been blasted the soundtrack for her students as someone who has been blasting the soundtrack for her students to the end of day, absolutely get the glow stick, minimum get a soda pop. There we go. That's from Jill. I want a big Monopoly crackdown. I agree. Well, the thing is, we're in a place now where we're kind of fucked either way, because the mergers make it so that too many of the networks have too much, like they have way more power than they did before. Alternatively, what it does is you're in a position where like if we don't have the monopoly, like look at the streaming world right now. Everyone is charging us out the ass. I literally bought a bundle. It was a bundle of, what was it, Hulu, Disney, and HBO Max, like in April, and already that's gone up like $3, and I've had it for like 4 months. How does that make sense? Lala, thank you for the prompts. I appreciate you. Welcome back in. Thank you. No, you wish it was McDonald's Monopoly. We're talking Monopoly, like real life sadness Monopoly. I'm going to leadership training. It's clear some of it is emotional bonding sort of stuff. I'm not good with that type of thing, and I'm not being told what to expect. Do you have any advice for being in awkward emotional situations? Really, my only advice, because I don't know what kind of emotional situations you're going to be put in and what makes them awkward. What I've learned is when I'm in an awkward situation or in an emotional situation, listen to the people that are speaking. It cannot be easier than that. If it's emotional, listen to the people that are sharing. If it's awkward, like again, listen to what the people are saying. Some people can't help be awkward, help them out of it, or let the situation pass. Don't judge anybody. That's really what I can say. Again, I don't know in what realm this is specifically, but that would be my number one advice. You just got an email today that one of the bundles is going up. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, they bundle and then they raise the prices also. And then when they're not bundled, they raise the prices also. So this is why I only do one streaming service at a time and catch up every few months on things I want to see when I rotate. That's not a bad idea, End Hero. Leon and I did watch all of Alice in Borderland this week. And by all of, I mean we had watched the first 2 seasons. We just hadn't seen the new season, so we did that. We got that viewing party in and dusted, so we could delete Netflix now. You want to watch that show? It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's a good time. Also, someone said something about what's the last scary movie I saw? Did I see that? What is the spookiest movie you have seen? I don't. I have to think of all the horror movies I've seen, which is not that many. I think the last horror movie I saw in the movie theaters was 1408. Did not love that movie. The movie Chernobyl was kind of terrifying for me, but also I scare easy. Remember, so some of you are like, "Oh, that's nothing." Well, it is to me. So, but yeah, I don't watch many of those movies personally. We love Monopoly is then a few or one company has all the power. Exactly. That's what it is. And there's no go. There's no collect 200. It's just sadness. There's no fun bits with real life Monopoly. The board game depends who you ask. Personally, I love it. A lot of people don't fuck with it. It is what it is. Next question in the form. Do you consider the members of the Less Than Two community friends or just fans? Great question. I think that I have made friends in the community, that's for sure. But I think for the most part, I don't consider them to be fans. I consider them to be an audience. And like, there's no real phrase for it, but enjoyers, if that makes sense. Like, to me, you don't have to be a fan of me to enjoy my content. You really don't. Like, I could be your 7th favorite podcaster. As long as I'm putting out content that you enjoy, that's what you're doing. So you don't have to be a fan to be into the content. But realistically, when it comes to streaming, there is this situation where, and a lot of you brought this up last week, where you know a lot about me, I don't know a lot about you. And it's one of those things where the dynamic could be weird. I choose to not let it be weird. And a lot of you have not made it be weird at all. I've had, in the 5 years I've been streaming, there's only been like 1 or 2 specific instances where I feel like someone has crossed the boundary of like being a viewer versus and an enjoyer versus being like parasocial and strange behavior. We've not really had that. But no, I have made friends. I have made friends through this very community. This is true. You are, at the end of the day, you're all squad to me, you know? And it's all about squad. The Rosie Game Monopoly was a game created by socialists critiquing capitalism, then stolen by a door-to-door salesman. Oh, wow. And then that door-to-door salesman made money. Made all the money. Do we need to add Pooya and George to our resumes? If I don't know what job you're applying for with that, but Penny Paper, what's good? Nice to see lots of familiar names here. Hope it'll become a pad regular again now that my life is back in order. Well, I hope everything is fine now. I hope you're in a better place now. And welcome back, Penny. Squad, you're the Less Than Two crew, ultimately. Yes, this is true. These are factual things. All right, chat. Do you want to listen to the interview I did for Renap that ended up not being used? Because I do have that handy right here. We could listen to it. If you would like to tuck into that. So the added context for those of you who may not be aware, I found out so during the live show on Wednesday last week, Tommy Guam, a listener of Renap, a patron of RHAP, was tasked with doing red carpet interviews for Renap from the event, meaning just interview some people, some patrons, some podcasters throughout the event. Tommy Guam and I got into a conversation very late that night. Like, we're talking Thursday morning, 3 a.m. practically, outside. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm doing I was like, how did your Renap stuff go? He's like, good. Do you want to do one? I was like, sure, let's do it. Then I found out on Tuesday when I did the stream that they did not use it on the podcast, but they made it available to the Renap Facebook group to check out if they wanted to. And then when I went to the Google Drive to look at it, mine was the only one that said the word explicit on it. Now, mind you, 3 a.m., we've been drinking. Okay, Renapa's Robin and Kiva need a podcast. So I have the interview here. We can check it out if you want. And by if you want, I mean, we're going to, because I said we would. So. And feel free to keep bringing, feel free to keep putting questions into the form as well. I see there's 2 questions already. We'll answer them once we listen to this, okay? Okay. So we can remove that and then play this. All right. Renapa's Robin and Akiva need a podcast. It's a podcast done by Rob Sesternino and Akiva Winokur, where they come up with concepts every week. They put them on a wheel, and then they spin a wheel at the end of the episode, and whatever it lands on, they have to do the following week. Sometimes they don't do what comes up on the wheel, but we move. All right. Also, to be clear, I genuinely do not remember 90% of what I said in this interview. Like, I remember doing the interview, and I remember saying, like, cussing. I don't remember all the questions. So we can pause down and talk.
Let's put some questions. Yeah. How you doing, Pooya?
All right, let me increase the volume to 100 on this for y'all. Again, if anyone finds this awkward, just remember, I'm the one that was drunk in this. I should feel the most awkward, okay?
Let's put some questions. Yeah. How you doing, Pooya?
Is the audio level fine or no before we get into any further territory? Should we be concerned about what? To be clear, if I said anything that was reprehensible, they wouldn't have made it available for anybody to watch. It's too low? Okay, that's fine. I'll max it out for you, and then I'll lower it because it's going to be way too fucking loud in my ears. So I'll just do that. There we go. All right, let's try this again.
Let's put some questions. Yeah. How you doing, Pooya? So I'm here with Pooya. Sharon's representing me. You gotta see your names. For Robin and Kiva.
This is Pooya.
So Sharon was defending me to be like, you don't need to do this interview if you don't want to. So that's what you're hearing, the background of us talking.
And the Keeley.
We're doing Robin and Kiva has a podcast. We're gonna ask Pooya some questions over here.
Okay.
How you doing, Pooya? It's late.
It is very late. It's late night. It's 2:55 in the morning, actually.
Right. Pooya, who's living rent free in your head?
3 a.m. It's fucking 3 a.m. chat. And mind you, it's 3 a.m. and it feels like it's 1 because at this bar we were at, it just wasn't shutting early. Like it shut late. So it felt like it was 1 a.m., maybe midnight.
5 in the morning, actually.
Right. Pooya, who's living rent free in your head at 2:55 in the morning?
My wife, who's not here.
Okay.
Who you with, Pooya?
I'm with Chappelle.
See, how sweet am I? Why would you not share with the world what a loving husband I am? Who's living rent-free in my head? My wife, who couldn't be at this event with us because I'm thinking about her constantly. I'm such a fucking hero.
My wife, who's not here.
Okay.
Who you with, Pooya?
I'm with Chappelle.
And who else?
Sharon Tharp.
Yeah.
And what's your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve, bruh, people who think slow walkers ain't shit.
So
Let's be honest. Listen, I didn't say names. Don't do that. Don't make this a controversial segment.
Nah, I know you're not. I know you, but I know.
I knew what that motherfucker was doing too. Chappelle was drama farming right in that moment. He knew exactly what he was doing.
I didn't think so.
I know you know his next question.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
What does it mean when a cat makes biscuits?
Hey, it's when they start clawing at the blanket.
There you go.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's the cutest thing. After purring, of course.
Can you name the 5 boroughs of New York City?
Oh no, I
It's
cannot.
fun. Manhattan.
Okay, I definitely remember fucking this up. I think, okay, Manhattan, Queens, Long Island, Brooklyn, or the Bronx. See, I don't know. I never lived there, so it's allowed.
Manhattan?
Don't know. I don't know, chat. I don't know, okay? Let me do it wrong. Let me be wrong, and we can move on together.
The Bronx?
Text me about concerts.
Shit. At 3 in the morning, maybe I'm a little bit more.
That's good.
Man, I played the Godfather game too. I should know this, but it's fine. We move. We
Okay.
move.
What's your least favorite
I
food?
skipped.
Ooh, you know what's fucking overrated as fuck? Also, I'm cussing on this. I hope
Yeah,
they're, I hope they're cool with it.
now.
It's 3 in the morning. If you want this interview, you're getting it cuss version.
I warned him.
What's my least favorite food? Chappelle, chime in on this one. What's my least favorite food?
I don't know, man.
We're on the same page food-wise.
I know, but what don't
What's
you
your
like?
least favorite food?
I just don't like dressings.
Dressing?
Ranch.
Like
Ranch.
sauce?
Ranch, yeah.
I'm kind of.
But does that count?
Blue cheese. Oh, cottage cheese is trash.
okay.
Cottage cheese is trash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cottage cheese is trash. I agree with
Cottage
that.
cheese is horrible.
Okay, what's grosser, eyes or teeth?
Eyes or teeth?
Eyes or teeth?
Teeth. Eyes are beautiful.
Okay.
So the question was, what's grosser, eyes or teeth? Just in case you didn't know what that was.
Eyes or teeth?
Eyes or teeth?
Teeth. Eyes are beautiful.
Okay.
You're lost in them. Yeah.
Thank you.
I've never been lost in someone's teeth before. You know?
No,
Yeah.
I get lost in eyes though.
Oh,
I have
100%.
food lost in teeth, but never got lost in somebody's
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
It's a good
Were you
interview.
born in the 1900s?
Yeah, I was born in 1992. Does that count?
It does count.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
how much money is FU money?
Ooh, 100K.
You're cheap.
Listen, I'm being more realistic. If someone's got
So let me explain. To me, fuck you money is if you have 100K sitting there, that's just free money. As in, you're like, this is debt free, like just money you're sitting on that you could spend at any given time. That's fuck you money. This isn't like you're making 100K a year. That still can be, and to me would be relatively fuck you money, but that's kind of what I was thinking in my drunken state. Because I know everyone, like people are gonna be like 10 million, and it's like you would be saying fuck you to me for half of that. You would be saying fuck you to me for 5% of that. Let's be real. All right, what are y'all saying? So no teeth is better than teeth? No, the question was what's more gross, teeth or eyes? And the answer is eyes are not as gross as teeth are. Teeth can be very gross. They can be on a color tip. They can be like yellow. They can, if you know, you've seen like those ads, like they can be like dark. They can have patches. They can be broken. Like it's a lot. When you're bringing up a specific instance that was in a movie of when Uma Thurman stepped on an eyeball, yeah, that's a movie. That is not often that's gonna happen. Can you not get lost in a smile? Personally, eyes over smile. I've never been like, oh, their smile got me. Never. I love a smile, but not as much as eyes. Also, smile can be toothless. You can do a toothless smile. I rep toothless smiles all the time. So, Matty Dub, stay with the prime. Appreciate it. Welcome back from month number 28. Thank you for supporting the stream. Welcome. 100K is FU money, so Ashley's doing good even after tax on her BB prize. I mean, if she then goes back to like, you know, if you're working and you're making income and then you get 100K bonus money, no strings attached, that to me is fuck you money, 100%. For me, personally. Grills or teeth, which is worse? I've never found grills appealing in any capacity.
100K, they can get away with living the life's luxuries.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing in the ocean?
Nothing. Fuck the ocean.
That part. Thank you.
Fuck the ocean.
Come on, brother.
Remember, we're standing outside on a street in New York. It's me, Chappelle Sharon, and a couple of patrons, and I'm just yelling into this microphone.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing in the ocean?
Nothing. Fuck the ocean.
That part. Thank you.
Fuck the ocean.
Come on, brother. Come on.
If I could live swimming pools is the furthest I'm getting involved with the ocean. We're not doing.
How about a
open
lake?
water.
Where do you live? That land of 1,000 lakes or some shit like that?
I fuck with lakes. I do not fuck with the ocean.
Okay.
Ocean, especially after tonight, after this fucking snake bite. You know how terrifying that is?
Exactly.
This fucking guy.
It's only gotten worse.
Chappelle gets on stage and he's like, "Everyone, name your worst snake story." I was like, "This is traumatizing to me. Like, please."
I fucking love snakes.
Okay, for the purpose.
I know you do.
Does Chappelle know your takes on grills? No, but I think he'll be okay with it. But yeah, fuck the ocean. I stand on that shit. Fuck the ocean. It's deep. No one truly knows. It is the only place on earth where people do not know what's going on in it. And the earth has been around for millions upon millions of years. And we do not know what is exactly in the ocean. That is fucking terrifying. That, and also, at some point, your legs don't touch the ground no more. Fuck that. And also sharks, and also snakes, and also whales, and also crabs, and also electric eels, and also jellyfish. Like, why? Why do I want to be in the mysterious water when there is a very unmysterious, known, but built to my pleasure water in jacuzzis, in hot tubs, in swimming pools where they planned it to be the way it is. Water parks. We got all of those. We got all of those. So, yeah. Am I trying to be cool with this take? This is the cool take? Oh, the cool take is up at the beach and when my toes hit the sand and oh my God, surfing and oh my God, I just love getting lost in the salt water in my hair. Take me back. That's the cool take. That's people who are like, I'm cool. That's how I treat my summer. No, I live my life indoors. Okay. I would not last a day before technology. I would not. I couldn't do it. I could not. Yeah, I also don't have night vision. Also, get in the ocean without goggles and try and navigate that motherfucker without goggles. Without goggles? No goggles? You're raw dog in the ocean with your eyes in the salt water? That is nuts. No one's doing that. You can't. I just don't like the mystery. I'm not about the mystery. What are my thoughts on space? Equally as terrified as I am with the ocean. All right, there's about a minute left on this video. Do you think we can survive this and get there?
For the purpose of this podcast, let me move on to the next question. Emmy, Grammy, Tony, or ESPY? Which one has Akiva won?
Yeah, fine.
This is like a world where Akiva's won one of these?
Yes.
I think
He won an Emmy, a Grammy, a Tony, or an ESPY.
His best shot is for ESPYs, and I'll tell you why. He's a very good fantasy football drafter, so he knows ball.
I'm more
But
concerned about
I'm undefeated in our league right now. Akiva's also in, so he's not as good as me. But
Shout out Sasha. I am no longer undefeated in our league. I took my first loss this week. And I lost Pooya, the wide receiver, so I'm fucked.
Saying ESPY. Okay. This is the new Taylor Swift album.
I've heard snippets. I've not listened to the album personally.
Okay.
Yes.
And who would win in a fight? The New York City Rats or the New York City Pigeons?
Oh my God. So the rats are fucking terrifying. The pigeons, I think, have long stamina. But I think if a rat gets into a cage with a pigeon, the rat's winning.
Oh, one-on-one.
Hondo.
I thought all at once, though.
All at once, like all the pigeons and all the rats meet up. I still think it's the rats. I don't think the pigeons have killer instinct.
Okay, interesting. That's an interesting answer. I like that one. Thank you. You have anything else to say to Robin and Akiva?
This has been fun. Also, Akiva, I don't know why I've not been back on Renap in a minute, but I have a feeling you have something to do with it, Akiva. Where's my invite? Bring me back.
Poor Akiva. Why am I throwing him under the bus?
Thank you very much, buddy.
Of course.
If anything, Akiva just forgets. Like, that's really all it is. That's so funny. Let's see. Let me catch up with you, chat. Heather Linthing with the 5 months. Appreciate you. Welcome back in. I hate myself every time I see a post on that subreddit. What, a valid fear? It is a valid fear. No one's doing that. All the people on Survivor freaking get into do it. Yeah, if I was also told I have a chance of winning $1 million, I'd be a lot more likely to jump in the ocean. Okay, if there's a chance I could benefit from it financially, I'ma do it. But willy-nilly for the fun of it, fuck that. Fuck that. Not raw dog in the ocean. Yeah, raw dog in the ocean when you do not wear the proper gear. I like to look at the ocean. I like to be on the ocean, and I like to listen to the ocean. I keep my feet out. Fair. Are you afraid of cruises? I am. I mean, I feel like after watching the Titanic once, I have been petrified at the idea of being that far out into the water. Yes. If you had to pick one, would you rather go to space or deep ocean? Jeez, that's like my worst nightmare. You know what? I'll pick space because at least that's like not many people have been in space. A lot more people have been lost at sea. So, yeah, see, Jill, that's brutal for fantasy football. He was one enemy. Yeah, so the way I took that question was which one would he be most likely to win in my state? Pretty solid interview, especially at 3M. Low key, that was not bad. I don't even sound bad. I think I just cussed one too many times. And then I called out Akiva. So once again, Akiva kept me off the podcast. No, it's cool. Fuck is okay. There we go. All right. That was the long-awaited 4 minutes of Renap. All right, we have 5 questions in the forum also. I've seen that AI videos are getting a lot more common. Are you worried about your or other people's image getting manipulated in AI video? It's been a fear of mine from way before they got as good as they got. AI videos look insanely good now. Compared to where they were like 2 years ago, they look good. It's kind of scary. But like I've also felt this way about Photoshop. So it's not like it's anything new, that fear. It's just, it is what it is. Ideally, I don't see anything, but also I feel like I'd be naive if I didn't expect that to happen at some point. So yeah, exactly, I can say I've been to space. Let's see. As a Vince apologist, I feel vindicated by his postseason behavior. While others are doing messy interviews chasing clout on TikTok Live, my man is minding his own business and being unproblematic. So, who's been... And that's not to say that I don't agree that he's kind of kept to himself and like disconnected, which I think is the healthy choice for him. The worst idea would have been him jumping into the trenches here. But like, who are we saying has been messy? In this cast since the season's been over. So pre-jury doesn't count. Post pre-jury. So post-jury. What the fuck? Lori, I genuinely say this, if any of you did AI videos on me, I would be not happy. Anytime on social media I see articles and stories, I constantly am wondering if it's real or AI and completely made up. Right. Ashley for sure. Well, that's just Ashley's personality, I feel like. Can you imagine the G's on Blast Off? I have no idea what you mean by that, Mikey. I feel like Vince this was the most expected outcome. Yeah, I mean, this is someone who's going to find out within seconds of being out that him and his girlfriend have turmoil and that he was not a beloved character and he didn't win the show. Like, the right move was for him to disconnect. Also, as far as the chasing clout thing goes, chat, I think ultimately we just have to come to the understanding and agreement that being on one of these shows opens the door for you to potentially find new fame, glory, revenue streams, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of these house guests want to try their hand in it. So they'll try and then they fail and then they go back to their lives. But in the beginning, they're definitely going to try and milk it as much as they can. I mean, they're the fresh news right now. Right? And just think of it in terms of this. Typically when RHAP premieres a video, like a podcast that's not live, we're looking at maybe 1,000 views on like a really big Survivor one. Every single premiere that was done on a deep dive had like 3K people watching it live. Like, Big Brother has weight behind it. And that's the podcast side, right? Like, for example, Taryn, when he's doing a watch party for Big Brother, is drawing 2,000 plus people per stream. Those numbers drop once Big Brother's over for the pod, for Taryn. But then those numbers are there ready to go for the Big Brother players. So, of course, they're going to try and take those numbers in. Why wouldn't they? While I do agree that it can be clout chasey, like I agree that that's the nature of what's happening, I think also I understand why, because if they can make extra benefits off of their time on the show, why wouldn't they, you know? Do you all see where Vince has erased all his girlfriend's posts on his Facebook account? Yes, and removed her from his grid on Insta. I did see that this week. Actually finding stuff out like Riley's a dad, etc. was hilarious. Ashley gave the most non-PR trained answers, and that was my favorite thing. I say, who cares? Let them enjoy their 5 minutes. Exactly. See, for me personally, I just tune out because I don't need that content. I'm not here for that content. There's a couple houses I'm intrigued to see what they do when they come out of the house. I'll keep an eye on them, but for the most part, I'm like, my life's fine. But I agree that Vince made the right call. Minding his own business, being up problematic was the right call to do, for sure. Without looking, do you know who the most and least expensive cameos from this BB season are? I'm gonna go ahead and say most expensive is it Rachel? No, I don't. Is it Ava? Could be Ava. Least expensive, Adrian. Those are my 2 guesses. I don't consume it, but I couldn't give 2 shits if they do it right. Just let them, fuck it. Why didn't you go to TwitchCon? 2 reasons. Number 1, there's not a lot of benefit for me to go to TwitchCon unless I'm there actively trying to network with other streamers and like businesses and brands. Because otherwise I'm spending like over $1,000 to go away for 3 days. And that's $1,000 for hotel, tickets, and travel, not even counting like money being there. For like 3 days. When I could save that money and use that money on a trip that's longer, or with family, or with friends, or to go see family or friends. And the second thing, and I'm being very, very honest with you, I'm not comfortable going to an event of that size in the current world climate without speaking on that further, if that makes sense. I don't see Rachel on camera. Our most expensive this season is. Who is it? I'm assuming it's someone in the top 5. Keanu? Keanu was my next guess after Ava. But then I thought he might be like the humble America's favorite and not charging that much. $90. You're definitely not the only streamer that's voiced like. I've seen a lot of streamers pull out of. They were doing hosting events there, and they backed out of it. So, yeah, it's just it's just where we are right now. Sadly, I really appreciate Keanu's attitude during his deep dive with Taryn. Was a fun watch. Should not have started after 2 a.m. though. Oh my god, how long did you stay up, Jade? The climate's horrible, DH. You're not wrong. Keanu left a comment on that one update that we read together, chat, and I could tell this man's willing to learn and listen. So I'm happy that that sentiment was played along as well. Rank these 3 cat activities in order of favorite to least favorite. Purring, making biscuits, showing their bellies. Purring, showing their bellies, making biscuits is 3rd. I actually don't really care about making biscuits as much. It can be cute, but there's cuter things cats do. And I'm going to show you an example of cats doing something that is cuter. And here's a photo of Clam from 3 in the morning, like a couple nights ago. Doing what? Okay, I really hate that you're not sharpening up here. Showing her belly. That's right. Zach is the cheapest. How much? $15. I say you try and get Rob to do an RHBM in Vegas this summer and do weekend city shows for while this Traders season airs. I always want to go RHB live, but I can't take off to work often during weeks. The problem is weekend city shows don't work because all the live shows are tailored around watch parties for these shows. And none of the shows we cover are weekend shows. You know? Rachel's on Cameo. Hers is $135, but it says only 8 videos left at this price because some have dynamic pricing. Gotcha. 94 close. Okay, there we go. Zach is 20. Adrian's 26. Interesting that Adrian charges that much. I like Keanu more on the deep dive than the show. Not surprised by that take. Captain Will is 19. Now that's a humble king right there. Currently struggling hard with my, this is a longer question, chat, heads up. Currently struggling hard with my mental health. Seeing a therapist, but it might escalate to psychiatrist for my anxiety, depression. 35, living with my parents because they can't afford a place of my own, where my dad mentally emotionally, business with my mom, and then job. I know what I need to do, but I have no clue how to get it done. Also with no direction or passion. This is just my tip. Any words of encouragement? How do you get out of a spiral when you feel like you can't leave the bed? First of all, thank you for feeling comfortable enough to share this. Second of all, you're already taking the right approach by being in therapy and like looking to maybe go, further down that I was about to say that hole, but I don't mean that hole, that path. I think you're already doing the right thing. I think struggles are very real. I think you're not alone. A lot of people go through these things. A lot of us have gone through similar things before. And I think ultimately what I use to fuel myself in moments like that is the good moments. I'm a big memory buff. I'm a big nostalgia guy. And by that, I don't mean like, ooh, I fondly think of the PS1. No, I like to play back moments that were good in my head quite a bit. Happy memories, cheerful memories, irreplaceable memories. And like, to me, and this is about to get deep on you for a second, chat. These are the things worth living for me. These moments are what I live for. So that's what I use to remind myself that, hey, we have some good ass times and we're going to bring those times back. They're going to come, because life, we can have hills and valleys, ups and downs. But the good news is there's always ups. And one day at a time is a very sound bit of advice from Jinx as well. Back when Santa was real. Santa was never real to me, but that's also because I didn't grow up with in a Santa household. All right. Jade, what did you say that your autocorrect took you out? I had one like that a lingerie time ago. What? She was a sweetie. Now I have a biter with no teeth who lives cuddles. I see. Long time ago. Okay, there we go. The others, Ashley's 60, Lauren's 40, Mickey's 25, Riley is 50. Riley is I guess like he should price it out a little bit because he wouldn't want like haters to buy it, maybe. I don't know. Zay 29 is nuts. Zay doesn't deserve to put it at 10. What did Zay do? Everything's temporary. Love's good. Hey, Dainty, everything is temporary and everything will be good. Okay. Ooh, Joelle, yes, I do have those somewhere in my house right now. I'm not sure where they are. I know they're not in this room, but I'm not sure where they are. But I did get the box. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're caught up with the forum now, chat. So if you have any questions you want to put in there that you haven't yet, go ahead. Or just put stuff in the chat, because we've been reading everything. You already know this. We've been reading them all. Am I excited for the clue-based reality show that is being made eventually? I will watch it. I will try and solve it. I don't know how well the show is going to be made. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. It's a good movie, yes. I'm thinking it'll be good, but no whodunit or The Mole. I think it could surpass The Mole. I mean, you already know this about me. I don't really think The Mole is top tier like that. But that's one of my hotter takes, I gather. Have I watched Special Forces? Something about it doesn't sit right with me. Stephanie, tell me more, because I've never watched it. I think I have to stop typing on my phone and use my keyboard again. I needed the emojis to react. Now I'm sabotaging myself. Jade, no worries. You're all good. We understood what you were saying, you know? Well, you haven't watched the Best Mole season? Well, isn't this... Here's the other thing. I've watched 3 seasons of this show. Whether it's the new seasons or the old, I've watched 3 seasons. if I don't like it after watching 3 full seasons, you can't tell me that because I didn't watch the one top tier season that it'll change my mind. Like, there's no way I watched this season and I'm like, you know what? Nope, I stand corrected. This show is great. So, have you got your package ready to send out? I have not. Once Liana's not sick, I'll have her take me to the post office and I'll do it. But thank you for reminding me, Lori, because I forgot for sure. That's one of your wrong takes. It's a hot take. You can disagree with it, but it's my truth, and I'm living in my truth. RGB fan, according to who, it's said to be one of the best seasons of reality TV ever. What? According to what publication? Spy Force military propaganda, the pie white doesn't sit well. Is it? Is this the one where they get celebrities to like dress up in like camo and stuff? I think. Kiki, welcome in. What discourse were you looking for? Because we've been discussing some stuff. I don't know if that's the one you're looking for. There are articles on it. From what year? But again, if it's not for me, chat, it's not for me. Like, I don't want to sit here and seem like I'm yucking your yum. You're open to any reality TV discourse? So right now we're talking about how my hot take is I don't think The Mole is a superior TV show. That's my feeling. And we're having that conversation. Before this, we talked about the Big Brother alumni or alumni of any TV reality show who come out of the show and then immediately go into like TikTok lives and interviews and stuff and like how people feel about it and all that. So we've been discoursing a little, you know. Is that show where celebrities go through like a boot camp, but it seems intense? I've seen clips where Eva, like basically drowned and they took her lifeless body out of the water. Thankfully, she was able to bring in contact, but the fact that they showed that was an automatic no. Yeah, that's the show that does not appeal to me at all. Have you been watching Love is Blind? We nearly started it yesterday, but instead we started watching The Bear. We are now 2 episodes into The Bear, which I enjoyed, but my God, is it a slow burn. But we didn't watch Love is Blind, no. Thank you for the recap. Yeah, no worries, Kiki. No spoilers for those who are. Yeah, no spoilers about Love is Blind, please. I already have Taryn's book. But I have heard good things about Q the Sun. I believe she did an interview with Rob also. But yeah. Also, whoever said has Survivor become better? I think for me, episode 1 was a good time. I thought 2 was dull. I thought 3 was a good time. I have not watched the 4th episode. I woke up at like 9 p.m. Eastern, so I watched only the tribal. I watched half an episode of Love is Blind, saw some TikTok opinions, and I'm refusing to watch these problematic people. Sure, fair. Bear is awesome. Can't wait to see where it goes. Then again, with the whole Jake scenario, I'm still wondering what the line in the sand is exploiting people in medical distress. It's tough because, like, to a certain degree, if they don't show him to us, I think there's a level of the world that would feel, hey, what are you hiding? What happened to that man? You tell it. It's not fair that you just quietly took him off television. Tell us his story. Tell us what happened and why'd you pull him? They have to do that. On the other hand, I feel like the Jake pullout was very clearly like, okay, let's get the right angles here. All right, in 3, 2, 1, Jake, we're here for you. Like, it felt a little bit rehearsed, but they had to have it on the show, if that makes sense. All right, next question is, are you watching Love is Blind? The season is a mess, but I'm loving it. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I really want to do the thing where Leon and I put like a blanket over the TV and we just watch, we read the captions and just watch without seeing how everyone looks, and we kind of have our own Love Is Blind moment. But I feel like it would require a lot of attention to be paid, you know? Would you rather fight one giant bear or 50 little bears? I think your fate is the same with both. I don't think you're coming out of that one in one piece. So you might as well just fight one bear and hope for the best. Would you remove the blanket once they meet each other? Yes, 100%. That's when we would remove it and watch it regular style. Yes. I only fight teddy bears. I think I could take on teddy bears. 100 of them even. I wonder how you can work that blanket idea as PAL content. I mean, if there's a way to workshop it, we'll do it. I don't know. All right, Mikey, I don't want to answer any more of these hypothetical questions. Because where are we going with this? I'm a teacher who has a wife that works, one kid in daycare. What can I do to earn more money? So I can tell you things you can try that none of them are guarantees. For starters, anything content creation is there for people to try, right? So if you're good at a game or you're good at commentary for something, making videos, both short form and long form, could help there. Live streaming could help there. You know, TikTok lives came up. That's a thing that can happen. And then if those things build up enough, then merch can happen, and then like Patreon. Like there's so many things that can happen through that realm, but it's such a lottery of like, you never know if it's going to work out or not. I think tutoring is another one where if you're very knowledgeable in something, being able for tutoring helps. Babysitting, dog walking. These are things that can happen. Yard work, shoveling. I mean, if winter's coming, shoveling snow. Like those are like some of the things I can think of off the top of my head that can happen or that can be done. Is there anything else that I'm thinking missing off the top of my head? Outside of like you looking to like get a like second, because it sounds like you didn't seem to imply it, but I assume that you don't have like 8 extra hours to like pick up another job. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of what can you do with the hours you do have. Yeah, I don't know. I hope those helped. Oh, there we go. Chrissy says my husband tutored after hours for 40 to 50 an hour. There we go. DoorDash is nice. Yeah, DoorDash, Uber. Yeah, these are both also options. You can set your own schedule. Yes, all the things I mentioned right now, I think you can set your own schedule for, which is great. Next question is, what is your next big trip? Unwritten, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I don't know because there's a couple of potential trips that could be coming in the next while that are not scheduled yet and are very like dependent on other factors. So we won't know for a little bit. We won't know for a little bit. Do I prefer, Gerard, stop it. Do I prefer long trips or flying? Long road trips or flying? While flying gives me anxiety an appropriate amount, I would prefer flying than road trips. I actually do not like road trips. Road trips bore me. I get very bored. I get very irritable. You're kind of in a position where one person, I'd like to think, has all the power, because if someone's doing the act of driving you in this road trip, they should have all the power because they are the ones that are taking their energy to drive us. So that's that. Whereas with flying, we're all in the same boat, kind of. I also like the airport to me is one big like nothing counts place where I can eat whatever I want. I can say I'm traveling. I'm anxious. Let me have my stuff. So I do enjoy that. I do enjoy that part. And you can just sit there and watch content. You don't get motion sickness on a plane, really, or at least I don't. Sometimes I do on cars. Most times I don't, but sometimes I do. Yeah, I take plane. I take plane over road trip. I'm also not a big like, ooh, look at the sights. I don't. Yeah. I do. Racing is a great supplemental income. That's amazing, Joelle. Do you have any desire to go back to Dubai? Yes. I have not been in over 10 years, 11 years to be exact. I would like to go back at some point, and I think now I can. It's just a matter of when. But if I really don't want to go without Liana. I want to take her. I want to show her where I grew up, because I have a feeling it's going to be a heavy trip for me. I have a feeling I'm going to be in areas I was at when I was like 18, 19, and it's going to be a lot of emotions for me to handle. So I would like Liana there with me. Has RHB decided where they're going next year? I've heard rumors, but nothing locked in, no. I had long train rides, but don't mind long flights. I don't know why. I actually have taken, I've never really taken a long train ride until like the last couple of years. I don't mind them. They're fine. They're fine. I feel like trains have more comfortable seats, if anything, I find. Will you be passing Halloween candy this year now that you're in a house? We will be buying candy. I am so hoping we have trick-or-treaters, because I do not want all that candy in my house, because I will eat all of it by November 2nd. So I'm hoping yes, we are planning it, and I'm hoping we do. It's a great time to go for a drive to see what the leaves here in Mini. We just up north and trees are amazing. Maybe by the time Leon feels better, you could do some leaves tourism as a vacation. That could actually be very fun. I'd be very down for that. Started asking him, but did you end up playing Rachel's? Oh, I'd missed it, End Hero. Did I end up playing Rachel's Puzzle Hunger game? No, so I didn't know where it was at the event, End Hero. Turns out it was right at the entrance when you came in, and I was not at the entrance after I came in. I basically I was downstairs a lot of the time. And then when I came upstairs, I was by the bar on the other end of on the other side of the room. So I never ended up getting to play it. But I'll tell you this, based on the people I talked to, the hype is very real, and like, it's Rachel. Rachel's incredible. So anything to support Rachel, I'm down for. But personally, I haven't gotten a chance yet. I'm the type of person that prefers to drive in the middle of the night if I have to drive long distance. I can't see the scenery anyway. Right. Traders live show? No idea. Red Wings. If Rob as a podcast was invited to Riyadh, would they go? In what capacity? Like, is this like the comedians thing? I would assume not, by the way. I have no idea. So what kind of candy are you going to get out? I need to know if I have to stop by. I don't know yet, but best believe we're going to have little mini Snickers for sure. Candy prices went up so much this year because of cocoa prices going by like tariff trade wars. I thought I was the only one to notice it when the news mentioned it. Yeah, of course. I dump all candy in the last trick-or-treaters bag. They're thrilled, and I don't have it in my house. I don't like that idea, because I feel like if there's leftovers, I've earned them. You know, I deserve it. I deserve it, chat. Even though I don't want to eat all of them, but I will. I'm deciding between passing out candy with my mom and my Jeff Probst costume, or having edibles and watching Hocus Pocus. Kiki, why not pass candy with your mom for the first hour in Jeff Probst costume? Then after the first hour, excuse yourself, take an edible, and watch Hocus Pocus. You get to do both then. Beeper, what is this? Damn, Meridian Review did a 5-hour video? Okay, kudos. The man cooked. 4 hours is no joke for content. Big up the Big Brother and Survivor YouTubers that do these big ass video essays. Genius, I try. Ali, thank you for the prompts. I appreciate you. Welcome back in to the Less Than Two crew. Thank you for month number 48. If you don't want to eat all your candy, you can donate it to troops. Ooh. Treats for troops. Thank you for the suggestion, Lori. The kids won't let me do that to them. They all go, I don't want that much candy. child, I walked uphill both ways to get candy. You don't want. That is wild that kids are like, no, 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 I don't want any more. Come on, don't be a goody. Just take the candy. I was watching Hocus Pocus earlier tonight. Oh, there you go. Do kids show up at your guys' place? It was our first time here, so I don't know. The Meridian Review? Meridian Review's been around for a minute. Does a bunch of content. I believe Big Brother and Survivor has even been in our chat before. And Amazing Race. Lots of events to come. BB27. Again, a great season. A great season, chat. A great season. Where are we at on the questions? We have 5 more. Okay. Next question is, what's the update on the GTRP? I'm in 2 servers now. One server I finally got in about 2 weeks ago, but then I was going to New York, so I didn't try. And then a brand new server premiered tonight. I was there for the opening. I made my character, and we officially got the keys to the news business. The app on the phone in this server is the Hard to Swallow News app. It has our name on it. And they gave us our own van. Which I think, did Gail send me a photo of it? I'll share it with y'all. Yes. If you don't know, our news organization is called Hard to Swallow News. The reason I say this is because when you see this photo, you'll realize why this is a big deal to us. They gave us our own van. It is customized to us. It is us, chat. That is crazy to me. Do you understand how much impact that is for them to back us like this? And for them to import our logo and our decal to it? So I'm very excited for this. So my plan is to document as much of it as I can on the go and just immediately upload it to YouTube, or if I'm streaming it live, you'll see it live. That's what I want to do. Do you have the same character name in both? Yeah, basically the storyline is that the news was made redundant in the city we were in prior, the city being the server. And so we got an offer to move to a new city, and we moved there, which is where we are now. That's the storyline we're running with here. But I kept the same character and everything. And luckily, thankfully, they had the exact same hair and style I wanted with Ism, so we're good to go. Because like that can take a long time for admins to import. Exactly. So I know how big of a deal it is. Katie, what you're saying? What? Tell me more. What do you mean by that? Will you play Hitman again this year? I do not think so. I think I'm willing to say I've let go of Hitman now. Will I play it again at some point? Maybe. Will it be content? Probably not. Probably not. I don't think I'm going to go back to it being content. And that's just the truth at the moment. All right. Next question is, what would you want to eat for your last supper? Oh dear God. Persian food. Just Persian food. Ideally, my mom's cooking, if possible. If not, just Persian food. How do we politely ask what's happening when we enter stream? Or maybe there can be a plot summary of a previous gameplay to catch people up. Oh, Can of Biscuits. Always just ask me and I'll tell you. I have no problem. Similar to this stream, I have no problem stopping down and answering questions at any point. And if I'm busy, let's say I'm in the middle of a scene and I'm trying to stay in character and I can't really acknowledge you in the chat, there's people watching in the chat that are always willing to answer, right? So always just ask. Historically so far, every time I've had an RP stream, I've gone live and I've told you exactly what has happened since you last saw my character, and then I jump into the city. So You should have both. Both should be possible, ideally. On the server, wait, what do you mean, Amy? I feel like I need to be quiet. Don't worry, like, again, because remember, these are messages being typed. They're not TTS, they're not text to speech. So you're not distracting me. If you're like, ooh, this is a like intense scene, I need to not say anything. You can say whatever you want. I read everything still, you know? I can silently read everything. Oh, that's sick. That's a very nice message. Or, ooh, I want to answer that question. So feel free to any point, chat, feel free to always fire off in the chat. Because ultimately, if I wanted to, if I needed to concentrate, I can. I'll be fine. Appreciate y'all. What do you think of the use of fillers by reality stars? It's their body. If they want to use fillers, they can use fillers. I don't really have an opinion on this. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't really have an opinion. Oh my God, where's my ring? Oh no! Oh, I found it. Never mind, we're good. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on fillers. I'm not going to lie to you. What is the fall foliage situation like in Minnesota? Foliage, I gather we're talking leaves here, I assume? Is that what it is? Because I don't know. If that's what it means, you gotta let me know. I assume that's what foliage is. I assume. Fall colors. Is it bad to say I've not really noticed the difference yet? And it's either because it hasn't happened yet, which I doubt. I think it's the latter, which is I've not been around it. Like on my walks, I've not noticed foliage to any degree, you know? Not as pretty as Michigan. Sorry, I kid. Hey, no worries. Hey, you gotta back your city. No, you gotta back your state. Are they missing the leaf change? I don't get that here in Florida. Oh my God. Yeah, no. How many seasons do you get in Florida? Our foliage stitch here in Indiana sucks this year. The colors aren't changing much and they've been bland. Some good years you'll never notice all the colors. That's the dream. I think peak is supposed to be Halloween weekend into first week November. Of foliage. Got you. Foliage has not changed much here yet. It's too warm. That sounds about right, though. What's something content related you've always wanted to do but never had the chance to? Not gonna lie, GTA RP was one of the ones that was on my board for years before I did it. So that felt huge for me. I wish I had the money and the means to fly out friends to do content in person. Like how you see some of the big streamers do. Well, they'll have guests come over and they hang out and they play games or they just talk. I would love to do that, but I don't have the means for that. I'm not going to ask someone to, hey, fly over for a segment. Fuck that. That would be cool. But as far as other stuff goes, like, I think practically everything else that I would have wanted to do, I have done on stream, right? We did a roast. That was huge. We created our own little game show. That was amazing. We've done the Newlywed Game. I've been able to participate in tournaments, Fortnite tournaments here. We made our own Fall Guys tournament here. I have had weekly segments that have lasted years now. We've kind of done everything. Calvin Harris, this I believe is Calvin Harris, right? Yep, Acceptable in the 80s is the name of the song. It hasn't hit my home city quite yet, but I went north a bit for my niece's wedding last week, and there were so many beautiful colors. Okay. Florida has hottest, hot, and decent. Decent only lasts a few weeks. So basically one season is what it sounds like. Or maybe two. A hot and less hot. All right, chat. We're caught up on the form. So as always, feel free to send new questions in or keep chatting in the chat. We'll go through it either way. Either way. If you haven't watched the last 2 episodes of Traitors Celebrity, this season's cooking, chat. It's unlike anything I could have imagined. Hot and extra hot, brutal. That's what Dubai was like. Actually, Dubai was like hot as fuck, and then for like 2 months, it was the best weather in the world. Just hoodie weather. Hottest adds in the humidity, which makes it so much worse. Yes. Humidity is the killer for me. That's the tough one. Hoodie and shorts weather is the best weather? Speak on it. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is. It absolutely is. Goose Goose is scheduled to happen on Sunday, by the way. Just keep that in mind. We should be goosing. We should be good to goose. All gooses aboard. Good to goose? Hell yeah. Still running through the invites, but we'll get there. My fellow Brits are not letting me down, says Joelle. Will Taron be returned to... Whenever he's ready, he can let me know. And he's back in. He's just been busy and I've let him be, you know? Was it a shock collar? Is this in with regards to Hassan? I don't think it was a shock collar. No. But also, I've not been studying the footage like people have been. But I don't think it was. I got hot just watching Florida and the GTA 5. Oh, the GTA 6 trailer? I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. Like here, I love living by the beach. I'm used to the heat and humidity from living in Arkansas. It's very similar. The same type of people are here also. I've never had so many horrible dates since I've been here. The neighborhood I live in doesn't have an HOA, but we do pay the proper debt for the beach, so it will stay natural and beautiful. You can search for Laguna Beach, Florida for the story on that. Ooh, okay, Amy. Yeah, 6. When that eventually comes out, that's going to be the next content I'm very excited to stream live for y'all. Because I truly think there's a world where I just do a 24-hour stream to play as much of it as we can in the first day. I don't think we finish it in the first day because that would be a lot, but... Or I wouldn't say it's a 24-hour stream, but I would just go until I'm done. And by done, I mean tired. Because I've been waiting for that goddamn game for 13 years at that point. Like, I deserve to play it immediately. And have maximum fun. So it'll be probably 200 hours? Yes. It took me well over a month of playing like countless hours a day to finish it the first time. So, and I tried to finish as much of it as I could also. So it wasn't just like a little bit. It was like trying to get as much of it done as possible. So it's been mentioned already, but I was impressed with your ability to look at Snake Stream to B&B. Thank you, Cool Rider. Yeah, the B&B was fun this week. It was fun to do. I was terrified at the idea of the snakes, but I think I ultimately landed it fine. The snakes were not that like terrifying as I expected. I expected them to be scary as fuck, which they were not. They were not, thankfully. I did learn that Morgan played a lawyer in RP today, and she played the song It Girl every time she won a case. Oh, that's amazing lore, Cannabis. Thank you for sharing that. I wonder if Morgan's going to go back to RP. I saw you as the guest. I immediately was concerned for you and the snakes. Ali, I appreciate that. Yeah, I was blindsided with that, but thankfully, we made it. All right, chat. Let's say last call on questions here. If y'all have questions for the form. Miss Nikki, thank you for the prime. So welcome back for my number 50. Thank you. So this is old news, but any plans to play another spooky game this year, a la House of the Courier House of Ashes? Yes, Liana and I have planned on since last year to play. Where's this game? Hold on. We are planning on playing the game known as not Little Hope. I think it's the last one in the Dark Pictures anthology. I don't remember what it's called, but it was the one Liana's picking, basically. Whichever one Liana's picking, we're doing that one together. It's from the Dark Pictures anthology. So, whichever one that is. Devil in Me might be... Devil in Me sounds about right, actually. So, yes, and it's going to be with Liana. As far as when it's going to be, that I can't tell you. Liana was sick this week, so it was hard to organize. But spooky season is still 2 weeks. So, we still have time to schedule it. And also, I'm sure no one's going to complain if we do it in November either, but yeah. There's an upcoming space one from this series. I think I don't want to do that one. That sounds terrifying to me. More than these other ones. You meet yourself from 10 years in the future. What advice would you want the future you to give the present you? I would want the future me to tell me, even if future me is lying, I'm not opposed to future me lying to me if it's for my benefit. So if future me was like, hey, you need to start putting in hours into focusing on ABCD today, otherwise it's going to be bad for you. Good. I'll work on them. Because I need that level of motivation. But also, I would tell future me to tell me to not stress about the little things that I do end up stressing about, because they are not that big a deal, and I will be okay ultimately. That's what I would say. So, those would be my bits of advice to myself. A lot of numbers would be nice, but I have a feeling that doesn't count as advice. Hey, buy into this stock. Can you say that, future me? Can you do that? Amy, you know what I would tell future past me to do? I would tell past me to go and record every hour of live feeds. And then it'd be like, but in the future, you can make bank selling the live feeds to people. I mean, how much would you charge for live feeds, though, realistically? Like, build a bunker. I don't think I would go that far. I don't think you can make that much money selling the bootleg feeds. So. Wait, Stephanie, what are you talking about? Someone from Little Mix? Oh, Jade. Got you. How fun would it be to be able to rewatch the season with the live feeds? Like they start just like a normal thing, keep going till the end. I think for me, if I've already watched the season, I don't think I'd have the attention span to do it. But again, I think for some people, it would be amazing. It would complete all the feelings, right? But yeah, I think to sum it up, my advice to myself would be have fun, don't stress, and also get to working on the things that you're putting off, because we need them ASAP. You'll regret not doing them now, kind of thing. So. Yeah, my memory is great for, like, again, core memories, nostalgic memories, good moments of family, good moments with friends, laughs, jokes. It's horrible for reality TV now. Because I take in so much, I lose so much also. I just kind of forget it or let it pass me by, basically. So, no longer retaining them as as closely as I used to. Future You says the OG Mode 2 and 3 are well worth it. Then I'm like, okay, well then it ends up that turns out I did watch them at some point, so I'll just leave it be. I'll end up watching them at some point. When did the live feed update? When you do the live feed update, are you glued to the feeds the whole day? For my day, Ramon, yes. For my day specifically, first of all, if the feeds are flames for a season, I'm glued onto the feeds for a lot of it. But even on its worst day, when it comes to Friday morning live feed updates, I am glued to this computer watching the feeds from every frame possible that I can get until the live feed update goes live. Because again, that's the gig, right? That's what I've signed up to do. I want to make sure I'm doing a good ass job, so that's what I do. That means staying up as late as I can, because especially with the lack of rewinds, like you can't afford to do. Like this season, I went to bed at like fucking 6 a.m. my time, almost every week, and I woke up at what, fucking 10, if that, for the live feed update. So, yeah. As I remember with reading books, I forget a lot of it when I'm done reading. Yeah, I could go back and read the same 6 books that I've read, that I read last, and I will not remember 90% of it. You do realize season 3 of The Mole is hilarious and only 6 episodes? That's good. That means for when you're doing a rewatch, you're gonna have a good time with it. That's a lot. It's what I signed up for, though. That's the gig. What goes in your poke bowl? What would I put in I've never had one. What is typically in a poke bowl? Let's see. Rice or greens, raw fish like tuna or salmon, vegetarian or tofu, avocado, cucumber, edamame, seaweed, and flavorful sauces. I would say give me rice, give me tuna, give me salmon, give me avocado. Cucumber would be nice also. Soy sauce would be fine. Sesame oil fine. Spicy mayo also fine. There's not a lot of things I wouldn't want in it. Everything I just read out to you, I would have all of that. I'd be fine with that. But I've never had it to know what the best consistency and combination is, you know? I think I remember the seasons that I've watched all the updates on and recaps way better than the ones I didn't. It's because that was like a constant in your ear for like months, right? So that makes sense. Can we be for real? ... Does Melissa really watch the live feeds? I get the sense she doesn't, which is understandable. Seeing that she has a full-time job on baby visit seems like the person on the LFC should watch the live feeds pretty religiously. Well, first of all, there's no LFC anymore. There's no live feed correspondence anymore. There's Taryn as like the main Big Brother guy, and then there's the rest of us on the exact same level. Now, I disagree with you. I think Melissa does watch the live feed updates. I think Melissa's very tapped into the live feeds, specifically because I think Melissa also is somebody who doesn't really like the TV show. I think a lot of the podcasters that don't fuck with the TV show watch the feeds and keep up with the feeds. I can tell you this from speaking to different podcasters. A lot of podcasters will stay up to date with everything, even if they're not watching it with themselves, but they stay up to date with everything. So I disagree that she doesn't watch the feeds. Is she watching them less than before? That's entirely possible. But also, if I was busy with life, things like that, I also would not. Like, Taryn is able to do it the way he does because that is his job, his main job, you know? One of us. She said the live feeds up during the roundtable many times. Yeah. Like, I think that I think there's levels to being a live feed enjoyer, but I think for some people it's ranked. For me, it's not really ranked. Whether you're enjoying the live feeds through your own eyeballs or like live feed updates or keeping up through clips and through Reddit posts and through live tweets I think you're still tapped into the live feeds. I think there's things that cannot be translated to other mediums like writing or hearing, like body language, like interactions, like little bits of body language that could mean something more than what words are going to convey to you. But you're not losing all that much else, especially in this day and age on Big Brother stuff, I feel like. Do we need to do a tier list of BB watchers? I don't think we do, Lori. Will be a successor? Who, Terrence? Nobody. If let's play a hypothetical where Taryn, like, let's say Taryn says, I don't want to do Big Brother anymore, which would be a cold day in hell. But Taryn's like, I quit Big Brother, right? I think it would take like 7 different podcasters to replicate what Taryn is doing solo at the moment. Because I think every other podcaster on the network cannot devote 7 days a week, 24 hours a day to it. I think even if they could, because I would say I'm probably my career, I'm the closest to be able to pull it off because it's my primary job. I don't want to do it. I actively believe, genuinely in my heart, believe that if I ever took on the job of covering the Big Brother show 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, it would be a detriment to my mental health. I don't think it would be healthy for me at all. And like, I think one of the reasons why it works with Taryn is that A, Taryn loves this show more than I love this show, and I'm willing to say that. B, Taryn is not as present on socials and online as I am. I am a very online boy. I see everything on TikTok. I see everything on Twitter. I see everything on Blue Sky. I see everything in the comments. I cannot handle being in the front seat for coverage like that and have people be speaking about me and throwing think pieces because I had a thought that they disagree with and they think I deserve death for it. No, thank you. I would not do it. I would not do it. So I would not do that. I couldn't do it. So however, I think if, let's say again, Taryn quit, I think we assemble like the Avengers. We have a team of 7. We each take a day. That's our responsibility. We book a guest for that morning and we just rip it. That's how we do it. That's how you make that work. And I think that way it's doable. There's nothing quite like catching something good happen on the feeds like if we did a few days ago on the pad. Amy, that's my favorite. Not when I go live for feed stuff, but when I'm live and good feed stuff happens that we can watch together. Those moments are peak. And then there's us who do all of the above and give ourselves a headache. Exactly. It's a lot. I can't handle it. That crown don't fit on my head. It can't. It's too heavy. There's no way I could do it. It would be hard to carry on other relationships, I think, if you had to watch them like that. Exactly. Taryn told Rachel in the deep dive that he was at the zoo watching the feeds on his phone with like, I would legitimately not be able to cover any other show. I would not be able to have done any of my RP stuff this summer. I would have not been able to hang out with friends. I would not be able to hang out with family, hang out with Liana. It would just be, that would be my life all the time. And here's the thing, because I genuinely don't think I could fake having watched all of it without having watched all of it. I don't think I could do that. So do I have to watch feeds though? Sam's kind of like the biggest deal. Bro, with Thanos? Yeah. I think he sees it. He's just made of steel. I don't think Taryn sees everything on socials. I really don't. I know this because every now and then something would get referenced and you could tell he had no idea what we were talking about. Which I'm not saying is a negative thing, by the way. It's a very healthy way to live. I'm unhealthy for reading everything because I can't fucking help myself. You make it up and let the internet see. I can't do that. I read the internet, so I can't do that. Sam is out of this up for Taryn when he can't do it next time. Sam is all talk. Sam would explode if he had to do the live feed update even once. I don't think he could handle it. He's all talk. All right, chat. Any other questions? Any last questions here? Also, I did see that Matt and Mackenzie broke up. Huge news for the unemployed is what we say to shade people. But also, what was Matt's podcast called? Winging It or Just Figuring It Out? Yeah. Yeah, figure out how you fumbled that relationship, sir. What are you going to do now? Figure that one out. How about that? I'm very vocal that I want to do the roundtable and pull numbers out of the hat to rank the players. Toxic. Apparently cheated. Hate to say I could see it, but I genuinely could. So love is dead. Yeah, okay. Oh my god. Your relationships are falling apart these days. Well, is this factual, or is Zach and Lauren official, or is that just tabloid nonsense? They lasted about a year longer than I expected. Were they together a whole year? I don't think they were together a whole. When did they first start? Spoiler girl. Oh my god. Spoiler girl in the big 2025 Red Wings. What we got here? I have some news on why they broke up. He didn't cheat on her, but he was emotionally abusive towards her. Read more below, and this comes from a source who was friends with both of them. Mackenzie was planning to go to the finale in LA with the rest of her cast, but he made her stay in Atlanta with him. He didn't want to go because they had Angela back to host the competition and put her on Amazing Race. Matt has been spiraling ever since the Amazing Race was on because he was sure he would have been asked to do it with Mackenzie and wasn't. Then it got worse throughout BB27, and he's legit breaking down and taking it out on Mackenzie. Matt can't keep a job, and Mackenzie pays all the bills. Holy shit. Mackenzie moved out to go back to Houston with her family, and they were trying to make it work long distance. They got into an argument over the phone, and he started screaming at her, and her parents overheard the way he spoke to her. From what I am told, Matt is a textbook narcissist and tells her things like, "You will never find anyone better than me." My ass. That would never be true, as in that she could never find anyone better than him, and tells her that she only has fans because they are together. He also uses religion to try and control her. Now, spoiler girl, schmoiler schmerl. Always take it with a grain of salt. That being said, this kind of makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. I think it ate Matt up inside that he wasn't on Amazing Race and Angela was, for sure. No, because I saw Kat Dunn also tweeted screenshots of Matt having texted her to be like, and trying to use his relationship with Mackenzie as like a manipulation tactic. So I did see Kat's tweet, yeah. I'm weird about Riley and Catherine. Me too, but also Catherine had the option to not be with them anymore and chose to be with them. So it's like, good luck to her. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is at this point. Did I see the Quinn Jared stuff? I didn't see it directly, but we got a little bit of a briefing on it, a debrief this past Tuesday. Stuff like that confirms how right Angela was. She saved us from his shit on the feeds. Yep. To me, the funniest thing is when the first boot acts like they would have brought so much and they just let people feed their ego that would have killed it. Zay kind of was pulling the same bullshit this season where it's like, no, we saw all we could from you. I think Matt could have been funny if he was always playing from the bottom and always in a stressful situation, but I could not have done with the fucking manipulation and the, again, using like I'm the good boy like as a fucking like crutch. So I'm still wondering who Angela's daughter was alluding to. It couldn't be Rabina, could or Taylor. What did Angela's daughter say, Stephanie? Yeah, what's the full context of that? All right, I'm closing the forum chat. The anonymous forum is closed for the night. What is the Jared Quinn stuff? Apparently they were beefing. They were beefing during finale week. So, which is casting is better now, Survivor or Big Brother? I still think it's Survivor. Despite the show being a little stale with the formatting, Survivor casts have been ace for years now, in my opinion. Are there duds in cast? Of course, there's a dud in every cast. But Survivor's way more elite in casting. And way better, in my opinion. We've had some gems in the Big Brother realm, make no mistake, but I still think Survivor's on top. Like, cumulatively. Doesn't Jessica cast both? I believe so, but that doesn't mean we can't compare the two. In the RGB exit review, her daughter mentioned that they were actively not going to help a team because they didn't like how this person treated Angela behind her back. They used she when describing the person. I just assumed that was Chelsea. Because her and Chelsea were beefing after her season. I assumed it was Chelsea. Can you really inform once we get to see Rob on TV again? This is the first time I'm going to get to see Rob on TV after knowing who Rob is, which is amazing. Like after knowing him as a friend. I'm excited. I don't think we're ready for what's about to happen either. As in, I feel like there's going to be a lot of emotions we were not experienced. That we're going to experience. These people on Survivor are too nice, I don't know. Well, I mean, exactly. For me, I'm counting them as like, how would I feel about hanging out with them? Very positively. I have not had many negative interactions with any survivors. I just feel like Big Brother players, for not all of them, but quite a few of them, they kind of stay. Okay, how do I say this without it's gonna come off somewhat mean? I feel like Big Brother, like Survivor players, come off as real people to me. Some of the Big Brother people, they come out of the show and they are that gimmick the whole like next 2 years, is the feeling I get. If that makes sense. Like, and I can't think of a specific example, so don't ask me for one, but it just feels like, oh, you know what? I'll say Jimmy. Where it's like, oh, this is what you liked? I'm going to keep spamming this now. Whereas I feel like Survivor players, for the most part, are like so easy to fucking talk to. So easy to talk to. And like they don't take themselves super seriously. They don't think their shit don't stink. They don't see themselves like celebs. And I like that. I appreciate that. If you guys play Mafia again, can Rob do costume changes? That was my favorite part of the RGB Traders. You'd have to ask Rob to do it. Old BB casting was fire though. Oh, way memorable. For sure, Ramon. For sure. Star players feel like a family, B players feel like a club. That's a good way to put it, Gerard. It's like we know them too well and they try to live up to it instead of being their true non-game selves. I think that's a good part of it also, Jade, is that I feel like also it's the way, because like think about it this way. When like a Survivor player comes onto social media during their season, their story's still being told and you're not seeing them a lot. So there's not really a lot to go off of. So then if you are truly interested in learning about them, you have to stick around after. Versus like these Big Brother players come out of the house and people are like, so I know that your favorite day of the week is Tuesday and your favorite time of the week is Wednesdays at 4 and you eat peaches at that time. And then sometimes if you're feeling it, you'll have a plum also. But then remember when your friend called you Plumly and that was your favorite nickname growing up? I remember that too. And it's like, bro, this is intense. Like you know everything about this person who you have never met. And so for those people, that's how they're being treated in the responses, right? It's like, we know everything about you. You are our friend. We love you. And they're like, okay, damn, like I'm just hanging out with my friends then. Like it's a lot more of an intense relationship, I feel like, versus like the support a Survivor player gets. Like who is the biggest Survivor player as far as fandom we've had in the last, and not counting returnees, in the last 9 seasons? I think it's Carolyn. And I think that was before Traders even. But like Carolyn is a blip on the radar compared to the fandom, both intense fandom and hatred some of these Big Brother house guests get. So they can never recreate the old BB characters on... Oh, wait, what did you say? They can never recreate the old BB characters too because these type of people don't exist anymore. Ramon, they do exist. They're just never going to show up on these shows anymore because it'd be stupid to. Like, I actively believe if you are the type... Because, you know, think about playing board games with family and stuff. There's always a villain. Can be a villain. I just feel like it's not worth playing the villain anymore. It's not worth playing the... you know, being the I'm going to unapologetically spit on all of you and win, because the backlash you get from doing that coming out of the house is not just whatever, shut up, I'm not going to pay attention to you. It can ruin your career. It can ruin your livelihood. It can ruin your existence for years to come. So it's not worth it anymore. The power of the internet has become so strong that none of these shows are worth doing that anymore. If you want to be a villain, go on scripted television. Even then you'll get hate because you were playing a character too well. But on reality TV, do not be the villain. And if you're going to be a villain, be like a sloppy villain or like a roasty, jokey villain that can be made fun of or can poke fun at people. Do not go there and be like the most cerebral asshole out there, because it's not worth your fucking time, let me tell you. It's 2 months on TV and then a lifetime of off TV torture. It's because they're directly coming out of the show for the BB. Yes, exactly, Red Wings. That's also very true. How stoked is everyone for Traders Canada next week featuring Omer, Venus, Kevin, and Ted Jacobs? Hell yeah. I'm very excited. That's on Tuesday. We're not that far away from that now. But yeah, I mean, it's different. It's like same casting team, but they're being cast for different reasons on these shows. I feel like Survivor lately is casting for like the fan, their story. They're here to like their own personal journey. Survivor's gonna chew them up and spit them out and make them better. Versus Big Brother, it's like, yo, are you able to take 3 months off of your job? And are you willing to be in a house with 15 other people who... And the house is kind of smelly sometimes. There's ants, but you'll get like paid like a couple grand a week guaranteed, and then you'll get more the further you stay in. Yes, come on in. It's a very different ball game. Do you think we'll play marbles tonight? No, Mikey. I'm leaving very soon because I have a podcast in 30 minutes. We didn't really have a social media back then. I remember my friends. But yes, social media did not exist like that. Who is an example of a cerebral asshole villain? Russell Hantz is a big asshole villain. Some people would say, who else would is an asshole villain? I'm trying to think, who is a villain we've had that is not hateful, but is a villain and would still get like people fucking calling their jobs or like, you know, pushing toxicity on them. Give me the example. Survivor's aspirational life-changing BB is, can I survive the mayhem and kookiness? Are you doing live recaps for Traders Canada? Just found out recently. Mr. Spectacular is actually a great one, Amy. That's a good example. Rachel's not a bad one either. I think Rachel was seen as a villain her first season. Despite being the underdog to a certain degree. It might be Rob. Yeah. Rob would have been the villain of his season, probably. Calling everyone dummies. For sure. Dr. Will? Could be Dr. Will. Chilltown as a collective, I think we're villains. Easily. So just found out recently, Red Wings, that we will not be doing live recaps for Traders Canada. The current scheduling will be as such. We will be watching the episodes in my Discord. So if you are subscribed and you are in the Discord, good news, you will be able to watch the episodes with us in the Discord. So the plan is to watch the episodes. Then immediately after, Scally and I get on StreamYard and we record the podcast. And then it goes up later on in the evening / tomorrow morning, the next morning, because we would be in direct competition with Dancing with the Stars. That's being covered right now. So people would have loved Rob, though. I disagree with you. I think we would have loved Rob potentially, but I think Rob would have haters, like haters to the point where like they would be trashing this man, absolutely trashing him. Let me give you one. Danielle Reyes on this season of The Traders. Outside of the one comment that I thought was a bridge too far was the comment about Carolyn. Beyond that, she was just playing the game as a trader and was getting dragged for it, hated for it. So that's where we are now. That's a villain. Danielle Reyes, what Danielle Reyes was doing this season of The Traders would be not even in the top 20 list of villainous behavior in the 2000s. But in 2025, it's number 1. So yeah, a lot of the Rob stuff was like, his season is truly a time capsule of how people behaved back then. And like, it's just a stark difference of who Rob is now. But also, I think y'all don't hear enough about the stories that I hear from Survivors and Big Brother players who still to this day will have people watching their seasons and then going into their DMs and talking shit to them. Still, like in modern day. So and we didn't really think much of it back in the day. It's just how it was. 100%, Amy. I've talked about this a lot before. My vocabulary shifted. The world shifted from where I was when I was like 14 versus where I am now at 33. It's just, you know, the world changes, the world evolves. You have to evolve with it or get left behind. But people be crazy. And Jade, that's exactly my point. It's not that like villains can't be on TV. They could. It's just they are not incentivized to be because people be tripping. How do we enact this? Sadly, Chrissy, there's no way to do it. Sadly. I mean, literally you have people in positions of power using fake AI generated videos of other people and being hateful and stereotypical and like, yeah, it's sadly social media has never been more in the mud than it is right now. Straight up. It's just in a bad place. So I love me a good villain. Well, you're going to enjoy House of Villains then, because that's coming up soon. I can't imagine messaging someone after a show, especially decades after a show. That's just, yeah, people be doing it though. That's the problem. People be doing it. And like, these people have never been more available to access than now, right? Back in the day, you're not able to directly message Kaser. You're not able to slide into Janelle's message request and talk shit. You can't do that. Now, every fucking person has like 7 social medias up and they're getting 7 different people messaging them on all 7 platforms talking shit to them. It's a lot. This is the number one reason why I would never do Big Brother. This is why Big Brother fell off my list from being number one of shows I would do to the last show I would do. I would do fucking Naked and Afraid before I would do Big Brother at this point. And I would never do Naked and Afraid. So, absolutely not. That's my normal reason too. It's the only reason I need, really. Like, why would I do that? Why would I do that to myself and my loved ones? There's no benefit. It's all drawback. The only benefit would be, ooh, I won the money. But I'm a Pisces and I'm sensitive. I can't help it. Samesies. Samesies. All right, chat. This has been a great conversation. We also found a very fun topic to talk about. Like I said earlier, the post Big Brother season, I never know where we're headed. This season, more than others, I feel a lot more level-headed. I feel like I know where our direction is. I have some content coming your way. We still have the pad. We have Goose. We will be having... They want to run... We're going to run Peak with Jenny, Phil, Kirsten. I think we're going to have a lot of people this next week, so that'll be fun. And then I will be bringing back weekly RP streams. And for days that RP is not happening on stream, I will be trying to record and upload those on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed everywhere. And if you have any suggestions for what kind of streams you want, exclamation feedback. That is the form that is always open for suggestions of any kind. Some of the questions that may seem outdated, don't worry, just put it anywhere. I can read it later. Is that still Tuesday with Traders Canada Peak? I'll have to talk with the group. I feel like maybe we move it to Monday, because Tuesday's now no-go for me, because Traders starts at 9 on Tuesdays, which is 8 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So we wouldn't be able to do Peak. So actually, that's a good point to bring up, Red Wings. So yeah. All right. So chat, thank you so much for hanging out today. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you in 2 days. Okay. Just big shout out to Dwight tomorrow. He is doing Blood of the Clock Tower. He did text me to join. I do not think I'll be making it, but make sure you go over there. Twitch.tv/doing more. Support the bro. Enjoy the content. And then, yeah, I'll see you back here Sunday at 5 Eastern, 4 Central, 3, 2 Pacific Standard Time, I think. Yes. Anyway, y'all take care, chat. Appreciate y'all. See you on Sunday.